Hello everyone, and welcome to Chocolate Covered Chocolate. Today I'm going to show you how to temper milk chocolate using my favorite method, cocoa butter silk. Here I have some untempered homemade milk chocolate. I make this myself and store it in 1 gallon Ziploc bags until I'm ready to use it. In my opinion, tempering with cocoa butter silk is the best method since it is an easy, no-mess process that is 100% foolproof. Cocoa butter silk is almost pure Form 5 crystals. When added to untempered chocolate at the right temperature, it kickstarts the development of the crystals that temper chocolate into what we want in our final product. Here is the silk that I made myself. Let's get started. Start by chopping your chocolate into as fine of pieces as you can. This makes it easier to melt the chocolate and allows more even heat distribution, making burning less likely. Next, you will want to weigh the chocolate. I prefer to use grams when weighing the chocolate as opposed to pounds and ounces. Always be sure to tare or zero out your scale before starting to weigh your chocolate after putting your bowl on the scale. The reason I prefer grams is because we very often work in percentages, and it's much easier to calculate 1% or 10% of 500 or 1,000 grams than it would be, say, 10% of 7 ounces. I have 213 grams. Since I know silk is added at 1 to 2%, that means I want around 2 to 3 grams. Start melting the chocolate in the microwave at a power level of 50% for 30 seconds at a time. Go down to 5-second bursts once it becomes mostly melted. Take your time and be patient. It's important not to overheat the chocolate, which is very easy to do if you try to rush it. As we're melting the chocolate, we're going to aim for a target temperature of 40 degrees Celsius. By getting to 40 degrees, we are going to destroy all the crystals that the chocolate may have in it so we can develop only the ones that we want. Here, I'm doing a test to show what leaving chocolate untempered can result in, and will later compare it to tempered chocolate. Next, you will want to weigh the silk. This silk has been fine graded to make it easier to melt. Again, be sure to zero out your scale. Since I had 213 grams of chocolate, I'm going to want around 3 grams of silk. You don't have to be precise here. I've used less and I've used more in the past, and it still comes out fine. Before adding the silk, stir the chocolate and take a temperature reading. My kitchen runs cold as it is winter right now, and the chocolate is dropped to around 29 Celsius. My target for adding silk is 32 Celsius, so I gently use the heat gun to bring it up. You can use your microwave, but a heat gun gives you more precise control when only going a few degrees. Now add the silk by sprinkling it in and gently stirring until it all melts. Since the silk dropped the temperature of the chocolate again, I hit it with the heat gun while stirring. I used very short bursts and stirred constantly to help develop the crystals. Now I'm going to use an offset spatula to test the temper and compare it to the untempered chocolate. You can use the back of a spoon if you prefer. I placed the spatula with the tempered chocolate next to the spatula with the untempered chocolate and waited 5 minutes. As you can see, even though the untempered chocolate has had more time, it's still never set. However, the tempered chocolate is firm even after only a few minutes. You now have perfectly tempered milk chocolate ready to pour into molds, cover over fruit, or use however you like, all thanks to the magic of cocoa butter silk. I've never had a failure using this method. It's easy with no mess or extra work. Cocoa butter silk also lasts forever if stored properly. You can check out my video on making silk, and if you like this one, please hit the thumbs up and feel free to subscribe, as I will be making more videos in the future on making your own chocolate in your home.